Sunday saw the inauguration of Javier Milei as the new president of Argentina. The election campaign has been pretty much the only thing in the news for months and months now, and pretty much the only thing I've been making videos about. So I thought that it was appropriate that I made a video about the inauguration. The problem was, it wasn't really very interesting. Nothing much happened. There was none of the craziness that we've come to associate with Milei. No chainsaws, no lion suits, nothing like that. It was just a beautiful day with a large, well-behaved crowd of supporters, all ready to listen to him. Everything ran like clockwork. It was just kind of boring, really. But having said that, I suppose I should run through a few of the things that happened. First, there was the inaugural speech that was delivered from a stage on the steps of the Congress building. It was kind of long and boring, but it did present quite graphically the state that the country's economy is in, and put the blame for that firmly at the feet of 20 years or so of Kirchnerismo. He basically said that there was going to have to be a long period of austerity because, to quote him, there's no money. Then Milei was driven from the Congress building down to the presidential palace in an open-top car. He stood in the car, and beside him was his first lady. Now, Milei's not married, and his girlfriend, who is an actress or a model or something, was perhaps not considered appropriate as a first lady. So beside him in the car was Karina Milei, his sister. She is an important figure in his life. She's been his campaign manager and is an important confidant. Quite how close their relationship is and the level of influence that Karina has over the president has been the cause of some speculation in the newspapers over the last few months. During this parade, Milei made a couple of unscheduled stops to get out of the car and shake hands with the crowd and so on and so on. And one stop to pet a large golden retriever and speak to the owner. Milei, like many Argentinians, love dogs, to the point that he's had the head of the presidential cane recarved with the faces of his 5 favorite dogs. Once at the presidential palace, it was time to do the meet and greet with the international dignitaries who were attending. There was the King of Spain, there were presidents from neighboring countries like Chile and Paraguay and Uruguay and Peru and Ecuador, I think, and there were ambassadors from the United States and many European countries. One person notable by his absence was Lula da Silva of Brazil. Milei was quite insulting about President Lula during the election campaign, and Lula decided it was not appropriate to attend. However, from Brazil, but not obviously in an official capacity, came ex-President Jair Bolsonaro. It seems that Milei and Bolsonaro are friends. By far the star of all the visitors was President Zelensky from Ukraine. Zelensky and Milei shared lots of words and smiles, and Milei presented Zelensky with a gift of a large silver menorah. Finally, in the evening, there was a large concert at the Colón Theatre to round off the events. All through the day, Milei had this huge Cheshire Cat kind of grin on his face, so happy to be president after all this time. The most conspicuous moment of the whole day was when the outgoing vice president, Cristina Kirchner, was arriving at the Congress building, and she gave the finger to a heckler from the crowd, kind of symbolically giving the finger to the whole country, really. With all the ceremonials out of the way, it's time for President Milei to get down to the business of government. He's decided not to govern from the presidential palace in downtown, but to do the work of government at the presidential residence in the suburb of Olivos. He says he's more comfortable there and it's a more efficient use of his time rather than flying backwards and forwards to the centre of the city every day. However, this could have more to do with avoiding the large demonstrations which are probably going to start happening when his austerity policies begin to bite. It's very, very common for large demonstrations to mobilize in the center of the city and stand in front of the presidential palace. It's something that's plagued many previous governments. This is easy to organize for the opposition in the middle of the city, but considerably more difficult to mobilize out in the suburbs. So what do you think the future holds for President Javier Milei? Do you think he'll manage to put his plans into action, or will he be thwarted by La Campora and the unions? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you want to see more videos like this, visit the channel page. But until next time, adios.